Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris, and in today's video we're going to do a little bit of romantic rustic DIYs. So let's begin. Alright, in this first project we're going to just need some fabric, some batting, and some of these little foam hearts. And I already cut my batting into a 1-inch strips. And I cut my, well, I didn't cut, I tore my fabric into 1-inch strips. And then these are the little foam hearts. And what I want to do is I am going to just wrap this batting around the hearts. And this is just kind of give it a faux appearance like they are stuffed fabric hearts. I'm not much of a sewer. For one, I don't have a sewing machine, and for two, I don't really have time to sew. So I try to find ways around the sewing method. So, but if you're a sewer, and by all means, knock yourself out. And like I said, we're just going to wrap this batting all the way around from one end to the other. And at the end, I will just kind of trim it a little and secure down with some hot glue. And put just some finger protectors on because this is hot. And once we've got that batting wrapped around, that's when we just take our fabric, and you use any kind of fabric you want. If you don't even want it to be rustic, which I'm sure the title says something about rustic. I don't know why you would have clicked on the video, but just in case, and use any fabric you want. These definitely don't have to be a rustic. You can do anything. But I like to just kind of make sure the edges of my fabric are a little more rustic. And fringy, I guess, might be the word, if that's a word that I'm looking for. So I just kind of pull those strings out. You can use a little pick and kind of pull the threads out just to give it more of a fringe appearance around those edges. But I just use my hands and my fingernails. So just pick a spot to start. I always like to start at the bottom. I don't know why. I don't know if it makes it any easier, but that's just where I start. And we're just going to wrap that fabric. And you just want to make sure that you overlap the fabric as you go. You don't want any of that white batting to show through. And I only did one layer of fabric, but you can definitely do multiple layers. That would definitely make it a little bit more secure as far as that batting not coming through. But again, I just wrap this all the way around, and if I get to the end of my fabric and I haven't completely wrapped the heart, then just grab another piece of fabric and continue on. See right here, I'll just go ahead and on a glue spot down, got smart, grab me a little silicone spatula, and then just proceed with wrapping your second piece of fabric around. And you can't tell where it stops. And I actually had a sweet subscriber, well, she follows me on Whatnot. She has bought some pieces from me, and she actually requested something like this. So if she's watching, this is for you. All right, so if you want to add a little bit more, you could always take some jute string, and you guys may have seen me do this in my candy cane videos, a hack video for Christmas. And on some of them I had taken some jute twine and wrapped around the fabric, just giving it a whole different look. And so that's what I'm going to do here, is just take some of that jute twine and just wrap it around in no particular pattern, just wherever it wraps is what I end up doing. And after I got that jute string wrapped around, secured down with some hot glue, I just grabbed a lighter and just kind of burned off some of those little flyaways. Be smarter than me. Do this before you wrap it. And this is what they look like in a little bowl. I think these are so pretty. You guys will have to let me know what you think. All right, this next project, I am going to use these two molds. I'll have them listed in my description box. And I already made them. And just grabbing paint to let you know, I did use the color cinnamon to color the gingerbread people in case you want to duplicate the look. But anyway, I did paint these all off screen because it is a little time consuming. All right, so I've got this tart pan. I picked this up off of a Whatnot sale from a good friend of mine, Sarah's Vintage Vault, and I knew I had to do something with it. And this sweet subscriber that reached out to me on Whatnot loves gingerbread people, and I thought, well, why can't I just bring this into Valentine's? Who says gingerbread people are only for Christmas? So I decided that's what I was going to do here, but I'm going to make a hanger using my Big Bite Crocodile by punching 2 holes side by side. I have got this, I want to say it's a 20 gauge wire. I just picked it up off of Amazon, so I'll definitely have those linked in the description box. And this is just going to save me from having to rust it up like I did on the pan that I made on one of my Christmas videos where I had to do a faux rust technique because all I had was the silver. Well, it's just going to save me time. But anyway, I'm just going to wrap that wire through there, and then I will come back up and twist the wire all around, kind of giving it an old twisty look. And you can see this is what it's looking like. I want to go ahead and just make me a little bow. I just took 2 strands of this fabric that I tore and just tied it into an easy shoestring bow. And now that I've got the bow made, it just gives me a better idea how this bow is going to hang down. That way I can go ahead and trim it up accordingly. So, you know, I don't want it like hanging right on top of my gingerbread pieces. And once I've got it looking like I think it looks good, I will go ahead and use some Starbond glue to adhere all the pieces. Okay, so I felt like it was missing something, and I'm just going to grab a tag that I had made, and I'm going to spell out the word love using my Apothecary stamps. And I like these little thin mount pieces I picked up from Amazon. I'll link those as well. But I'm just going to stamp it with some black ink. And ta-da! And I'm just going to glue it right up in there, and this one will be done. These are wood candlesticks. They come in 3 pieces from Hobby Lobby. These are the smaller dowel sticks. Got these from Walmart. And then just assorted sizes of some wood hearts. And I'm just going to stain the wood pieces. I'm going to use the light Brown Sugar Glaze, Antiquing Glaze from Paint Couture, and just go over them. I'm using a baby wipe to apply it. You use whatever color stain you want or leave them in their natural state. I just wanted them a hair darker than what they are in their natural state. And as far as the hearts, I should have filled the hole on the top of this one, but I did not. And also, I'm only staining the back side of the hearts. And now I'm going to grab the color Vintage Linen from DIY Paint, and I am going to give the front side of these a coat of this paint. And then I decided I wanted to use some paint inlays. So I'm going to grab the Lattice Rose. And these paint inlays have 3 designs, and I'm actually going to use each design for each heart. So I'm going to just figure out how I want my pieces to lay. And this is translucent, so you can see right through it and tell exactly where your pattern's going to go, which I really appreciate. So I'm just going to trim out the section that I'm going to end up using. This is just going to make it easier. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2 hearts. And once all of that is prepped, we're going to take another coat of our vintage linen or whatever lighter color paint you decide to use. And once that paint's applied, I am going to mist on top of it with a mister bottle of water and lay my paint inlay directly on top. And I'm just going to take a towel here. My towel is a little moist, and I'm just going to press that inlay into that paint, making sure we have good contact with the inlay to the wood piece. And then I'm going to repeat this process for the other 2 and leaving them to dry. And once they're dry, I am going to spritz on top of them with some more of that water. Just kind of making sure it's all nice and damp. This is going to help us release the inlay. And would you look how good that looks? I think these came out so good. And if you're anything like me, I love the reveal. I think it's awesome. Look at that. Oh, she's so pretty. These are so fun to work with them once you get the hang of them. It didn't take me that long to figure out, so I know you all can do it if you ever decide. I know these inlays are a little pricey. I'm not sure. I haven't done any research to see if anybody else makes them, but I'm going to look into that. But I am going to seal this with a spray sealer. Okay, so I'm just going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit, and I'm going to make the holes in these little candlestick cups a little bit larger so my dowel rods will fit in there. Go a little deeper. And then that way these dowel rods will go in, and I can use some wood glue and they will hold a lot better. All right, next I just want to mark how long. Now, my idea for these is once they're in there all the way, I want them resting on my cup instead of high up. I'm just going to mark on the back of it where I'm going to cut. And then I'm just going to do the same thing to the other 2 as well. And we have a little piece left over, so we only needed 1. I'm just going to use some wood glue and squeeze some in that hole that we created. And then just push that dowel rod in there and set that aside to dry. Okay, now I'm just going to take some distressing ink, and I just want to distress these up a little bit. Not a lot, maybe around the edge. Then I've just got some of these little foam brushes that I will use to dip into my ink and then go along the hard to reach areas on the heart, and also to kind of smudge it in a few little spots. Okay, next I'm just going to show you with 1, but we'll do the same thing with all of them. On my dowel rods, when I glued them in, I made sure that when I put these on, they were going to be tilting back. Okay, so instead of being straight, they are tilted backwards just a little bit. And that way when these are sitting there, they're going to be slanted up a little bit and just a little easier to see. But now what we got to do is we've got to glue these on. Just going to use a combination of the wood glue and hot glue. And after I put these on, I didn't catch it on camera, but I did grab me some clamps just to clamp those hearts to those dowel rods securely. I just wanted to make sure the wood glue had good contact. All right, this is what we've got. So I just am going to grab some fabric that I have torn, and I'm just going to tie it around the little wood candlestick piece. And I didn't want to double knot it because when I double knot these, it's too bulky. So when I tie the first knot here, I'm going to apply some glue in there and then just squeeze that glue to the fabric. And then I also do wedge a little bit of glue in behind the fabric that's touching the actual wood piece. And then I'm just going to trim that ribbon up to my desired length and take my little fingernails and just kind of pull out some of those threads, giving it more of a rustic appearance. And then I've got some buttons that I had put some jute twine through. And I'm just going to glue those right here, and this project will be done. And I hope you guys will let me know in the comments section which of these three were your favorite. I'm thinking mine are the bowl fillers. I just love them. But let me know what your pick is, and I hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.